Jaime Eisner here for TDN Fantasy, breaking down my Week 16 starts and sits. Happy championship week, everybody. Let's get you that trophy. One player that can help you in the finals, and I can't believe I'm saying this, and a few weeks ago it would have been unfathomable, but it's Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. After 53.1 fantasy points over his last two games, he can't be ignored anymore. He's facing a Dallas Cowboys defense ranked in the bottom 10 at defending fantasy quarterbacks. And by the way, he's young, he's energetic, he ain't throwing the ball away, and he ain't sliding. He's going to run the ball constantly, which is music to fantasy managers' ears. To me, I would start him over some of these guys that were considerably unthinkable benches before. Guys like Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, and even Deshaun Watson should all be sitting in favor of Jalen Hurts, who is a must-start top 6 quarterback in my rankings this week. Another player you need to get in your lineup, Browns wide receiver Jarvis Landry. You might have forgot about him because of all those rain and weather games the Browns played in for 3 straight weeks, but he's been absolutely sensational since they got to play in normal human being weather. Since week 12, Jarvis Landry is averaging 7.25 catches per game, nearly 80 yards per game, and has 3 touchdowns in his last 4. He is the wide receiver 9 in average points in that time frame, with just under 20 points per game. You got to get him in your lineup against a Jets defense that is bottom 5 in the NFL against fantasy wide receivers this year. Must start wide receiver 2, make room for Landry in your lineup. One player you could sit though, despite his, let's just call it questionable Pro Bowl selection, is Giants tight end Evan Engram. Look, first off, Robert Tonyan should have been the Pro Bowl guy in that spot. I have no idea why him and his 10 touchdowns were left out, but let's get back to fantasy purposes. What can you trust about Evan Engram right now? Can you trust the quarterback situation? I can't. You're going to get a hobbled Daniel Jones. You're going to get a Colt McCoy. I don't trust it. What kind of workload is Evan Engram going to get? What kind of production is he going to get? 6.5 fantasy points over the last 3 games, 8.4 in his last 5, but only 1 double-digit performance. I know tight end's a tough position, but you just cannot trust Evan Engram with your season on the line. You can probably find yourself a better option. For more start sits, sneaky starts, full rankings, this or that on who to play, and more, make sure you check out thedraftnetwork.com before you set your championship week lineup.